Sponsored by Tech Reload UK. Check out the purchasing links in the description below.
Like and subscribe.
So now it's okay?
There's just one more thing you need to do, and that is to click on the bell so that you'll get a notification when a new video comes out.
I hope it's okay.
Perfect. Hello YouTube, it's time for another post-bag video. The first item is a smart Wi-Fi doorbell. It has a HD lens, PIR motion detection, a low power rechargeable battery, which means it doesn't consume much power, two-way audio, and is compatible with all doorbells, which I assume it can work with RF doorbells. It has night vision, it works with an app, 166 degree wide angle, you can do screenshots. The back says the same thing. There's a lid on top of the internal packaging. We've got a blue box here, the actual doorbell, 3M tape to secure the doorbell to the door frame, two 18650 batteries in this battery case. I'm not sure what the capacity is because there's nothing stated on here, but they are lithium ion batteries, so they should last some time. Have a doorbell for the inside. This will have all the sounds, another blue box, and then some fixing hardware. In here we have lots of screws, an Allen key, so we've got 5 wall plugs, 2 cables, some big screws, small screws, and one with hex. So I'll have to have a closer look at that. Next we have another package with the same thing, I think, but only 4 wall plugs here, whereas the other one had 5. You got the 2 cables, the Allen keys, and the screws again. So I'm not sure if that's a duplicate. In this box we have a screwdriver with a nice grip on there. It's a Phillips head. I'm going to pop this out, and then we can see on the other side it's a flat screwdriver. You push this collar in to adjust the screwdriver length, and it can stop where these grooves are, if you can have a look closely. So these are the grooves where it stops at. Same with the Phillips side. So that's a nice screwdriver. In the other blue box we have the instruction manual and the quick start guide, which I'll put to one side for now. This is the old doorbell, branded PYBBO, if that's how you see it. This is the PIR sensor at the top. Normally these are whites, but in this case it's black. Probably looks nicer when it's black on a black doorbell. Here is the main camera, and that could be the LDR, which is the night sensor. This is the actual button for the doorbell. Holes at the bottom, which is for the speaker. 2 other holes here, which is probably for mounting. I'll have a look at that later. On the rear we've got a single screw and 2 arrows pointing downwards to say open. So let's have a look inside here. We would have to open this up to get to the battery. The screwdriver is magnetic, so that's good. Then slide this down. On the back we have a PCB with 6 pads and 2 screw holes. On the rear of the doorbell we have a reset button, the 6 pad, a micro USB port, which is probably for charging, and then another compartment which says open. So we'll pull this out this way and we can see the 2 battery slots. There's also hidden inside here a micro SD card, branded NITAC, 16GB, UHC1, which means it's ultra high speed and has a minimum of 10 megabytes per second write speed. So that goes back into here. The batteries are a bit tight. Both of them face the same direction. Once they're in, they're quite difficult to remove. The grip is quite tight, and we can see we've got a disconnection there and on this side as well. So I would have to manually push them up. Okay, it's just had a little song. Putting this back on, and then putting the rear cover back on. Put it on just a bit lower and then you slide it up. This tape go around here and then that will stick to your door frame. It's flashing red every few seconds. Nothing happens if you don't have this plugged in, so I'm going to plug this in. We have an up down button and a speaker button. When you plug it in, it makes a chime sound. It's currently consuming 0 watts, which is very good. That is really low power. And if I press the button, it rings. Still consuming 0 watts. On here, we can change the doorbell sound. that's a different one. Right, so I'm now at the beginning again. So we've got the volume button here, and then we've got silent with just a light. Coming back to this back cover, these 4 holes here are for these wall plugs. So you'll drill these into the wall. About 5mm drill bit is required, and then as you screw in, these will expand and then lock in position. So you'd have that attached like that. You use these 4 screws to screw in this way, and that will hold it into the wall. Whilst we're here, we can have a look at these 2 terminals. So they're both black, and it says TP1, TP2 on the PCB, and these are if you want to hardwire these like that. And then once we wire this in, the power comes out of these 6 pins to the doorbell to charge it up. To power the doorbell, you need between 14 and 24 volts AC, and then attach these cables. You use these small screws. Screw in the terminals like this, and it needs to be flat, so then this can go back onto the rear of the doorbell like that. Obviously you would have these coming through here so that they don't foul the bracket, so I'll just readjust that like this. And because it's AC, it doesn't really matter what colour cables these are, it goes both directions. With the back cover put back on, we have 2 more holes at the bottom, and that's where these hex screws come in. These screw in to keep everything secure, and then you tighten it up with the Allen key like that. That way there's no way for this bracket to come off to prevent theft. Once it's on, it's on. To remove it, you would need to undo these hex screws. When the night mode is triggered, I'm going to do that by covering the light sensor. We can see some red glowing LEDs there. There's a total of 6 LEDs, which is used to allow the camera to see at night. To install the app, you can either search for the 2C app, or you can just scan the relevant QR code, which takes you directly to the Play Store, and then you can install the app from here. We have an introduction screen, and then we have to go to the 4th page to press start. It says something about dual 4K portable panoramic camera. I'm not sure if that's for this product. We then give it permission to access our files. We then add a device. We have to make sure the red light is flashing, and that's definitely a red light that's flashing. We press the button at the bottom. Now the app wants to see the device location, so we'll allow that. Next we need to log on to the doorbell's SSID and then return to the app. The doorbell made a weird noise, and now the light is solid, and then click on confirm. Click next, and then it will display your internet connection. So I'm just covering this whilst I connect to my Wi-Fi. After you selected your Wi-Fi and entered the Wi-Fi password, you then need to set up a password for the device. So I will call this password to make it proper secure. Click on next, and then it allows you to edit the name of the device. For now, I'll leave it like that. Click confirm.
Join the network successfully.
We have a Microsoft Sam voice which tells us that this has joined the network successfully. It's now flashing red and blue, and now we're on a flashing blue. And now I'm going to face this away from me and press the doorbell. Okay, so what's happened there is when I press the doorbell, the plug, which is here off camera, and the doorbell rang, and then the phone started to ring. We've got a speak button here. See what that does? Nothing really. Okay, oh, I need to give it permission. Let's try again. So now we should be able to talk to the camera. The phone can automatically hear everything that the doorbell is saying, but for us to send any audio out from the phone, we have to press this button. Hello. So just ignore the echo. We also have volume control. We can mute it or turn it on. We've got scenes. So we've got closed, backlight compensation, infrared and highlight compensation. That's with the infrared, so it looks like night mode now. And that's in high contrast mode. Go into full screen and then press the back arrow to get out of full screen. We can take snapshot images or we can record the video and then stop recording. At the top we've got the video bitrate, know it's live, we've got signal strength and the battery level. In settings we need to enter the password, and we can do additional things like enable low power mode, enable disable the device indicator light, so let's switch that off, and that has made the light go off. We can put that on. So with the device indicator light off, this light doesn't come on. You can enable night vision LEDs, ring volume. So if I turn this off now, press the button again. So now the device hasn't done its ring bell. And if I enable the ring volume again, jump out of here, press the doorbell, it rings. So if you didn't like the lights or the ring bell sound on the device, you can disable that. You can flip the image 180 degrees. I'm not sure why you would have it installed upside down, but if you needed to, you've got that option. You can set the video length. The default is 15 seconds. You can have no length, which means it records continuously, or not record at all. 30 seconds or 45 seconds. You can change the sensitivity of the motion detection. Adjust the intercom volume. The current one is volume 6. And you can see the storage capacity of the micro SD card which is installed inside. It says the total capacity is just above 14.5 gigabytes, which is normal. You won't see 16 gigabytes because of the way it adds the bytes up. You got the available space, format SD card and device information. We can see the model, device ID, MAC address, MCU, I'm not sure what MCU is, the Wi-Fi reception, device name which we can change, the firmware and the time zone. Back on the main screen we can either delete the camera or we can go into playback. If you've liked this video and found anything useful, leave a thumbs up. If you haven't done already, please subscribe and click on the bell for more notifications. And could you also like my Facebook page, and I'll see you next time.